By now, I'm sure you've heard the term vibe coding thrown around, but what does it actually mean and how can you do it? I've been building projects recently using this exact mindset: fast, intuitive, and minimal coding experience that's actually required at the end of the day. You can build insane projects using this, and it's the way that the creators are moving forward now. AI is the wave of the future, and vibe coding is just the next step. In this video, I'm going to show you what vibe coding actually is, how it works, how you can apply it for yourself, and how you can use it to build some pretty cool projects, even if you're not a real developer. With that being said, let's get building. So what is vibe coding exactly? Well, to put it simply, vibe coding means with limited or minimal developer experience, you can build a full desktop or mobile application using an AI tool. Today, we're going to be using Bolt.new. Now, personally, this is just one of my favorites, but there are tons of options out there, and I encourage you to go look through them all, figure out which one you like the best, try them all, see which one you like. But what we can do here is we can start with 3 different ways. The first one, we could just literally type in a prompt with exactly what we want to build. We could hit import from Figma, take our user interfaces and have it automatically build it from our designs. No coding experience required. Or if we know what we're doing, we can go and just start with a blank app with our favorite stack. Now, I already have a prompt actually lined up for us here. So what we're going to be doing is creating a grocery list app. The goal with this grocery list app is not to build some crazy complex app, but just to build an app that's going to show you the entire process from start to finish, going over any potential pitfalls and just showing you all the tips and tricks on how to actually vibe code. So what I've said here is let's build a new grocery list note website, plus reminders for when to purchase new groceries based on when I last bought them. I want to use Create React App. That Create React App at the end here is just using my personal favorite tech stack here because I am a software engineer, so I know how to code properly, like without using an AI model. But for the purposes of this, I just want to use something that is familiar to me. But for you, if you don't have any coding experience, try them out, figure out which one you like, or Google whatever is the best based on what type of app you're trying to build. So let's hit enter here and see what we get. So what it's gone ahead and done here is it's automatically created the app for us. It's created the grocery list application with the following features: add or remove grocery items, track last purchase date, set reminder intervals, or show notifications for items that need to be purchased again. Now, I hear you asking yourself, well, why didn't you show us the process of you setting up this smart grocery list and putting in the icons and the colors and put... That's the thing. I didn't do any of that. The AI did all that for me. That one prompt that you literally just saw me put in, the one right here at the top, is what got us this smart grocery list. And if we want to see what the code actually looks like, well, it's all here under our source files. We have our components, like the grocery form, the grocery list, app.tsx, index.css. You didn't miss anything. The entire process was literally just created from vibes here. And we can see what it actually looks like. So if I say milk, for example, and we could say 1 unit being liter, and I hit add item here, we can see milk, 1 never purchased. And we can see this button here that says cart, and we can say that that was purchased. And now there's 6 days until the next purchase. Or I can hit this delete icon and it's gone. Literally just coded based on vibes. Now, how could I adjust this? How can I really make this my own? Well, literally just by typing it in the console here, typing it into the prompter, and the AI will go and automatically adjust it. So what do we want to add here? Well, without doing any coding ourselves, we just want to play this based on vibes. What exactly do we want to build into this? Well, we have our smart grocery list. Never forget to buy groceries again. We have the ability to put in quantities and reminders after a couple of days, but I want to make this look a little bit nicer. Now, when I actually put in milk there, and we can see here milk, never purchased, it looks all right, but you could imagine that after a lot of this, and it doesn't look the best, and it starts to get really long here. So let's say we want to make this better. So I'm just going to literally go in and type here. I want to update the list items to be cards instead. Have icons next to them based on their unit type. I don't know. And look like they were designed by somebody at Apple. The old-fashioned way, just coding, manually typing it out. If I told my code that I wanted it to look like the Apple design, I want you to make my app look like it was designed by somebody at Apple, it would have no idea what I'm talking about. But this AI coding actually has enabled people to actually provide context and have codes based on vibes. So if I go ahead and hit enter here, the AI can actually figure out exactly what I mean when I say make it look like Apple. It can understand that a super slick design, super clean, and specific fonts and typefaces that Apple actually uses, and knows that it can implement that into here automatically. So it's going ahead and it's making all the adjustments, and we can see that it's coding it all in real time here. So we can see it's actually updating our grocery list, and then it's going to actually update the app component itself. and we can see that we've got everything here automatically done for us. We're just coding based on what we want to actually build, what we want it to look like, etc. Coding based on vibes. And the AI is doing all of the manual writing for us. That would normally take days or even weeks to get up off the ground. So we can see here, it's told us exactly what it's updated, but we've run into a problem. Don't fret. This is going to happen with any vibe coding model, especially if you're not technically inclined. If you come across some sort of error that says plugin no longer running or something, we can do two things. In our case, using Bolt.new, we can literally just hit the button that says attempt fix, and it will begin automatically trying to fix the problem for us. So this is probably the easiest way to actually get it working without having any manual coding intervention. If it still has the same issue, we can take the actual message that it gives us in the error message and then discuss it with Bolt. So let's see if we get that same error again. We did. I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to hit this button that says discuss problem, and I'm going to paste in this info, and it's going to automatically assess exactly what I've got. And I can say, well, how do we want to fix this? We can review the data parsing logic, add more logging, simplify data handling, check local storage data, clear the cache, update the dependencies, and we'll just say fix this error. And what it's going to go do is it's going to fix the error for us. But let's say you still don't know what the issue is. Well, we can use our favorite resource, Google. And now you're an actual developer. So we could take this same error here, say search with Google, and we're going to see here a bunch of different links. And so we have one from 2 years ago, and we have a GitHub one from January 10th, and we have one from February 14th. So let's click the top one here and see what it actually says. Okay, we've got the bug. Yep, same people are getting the same issue. There's no solution here. So okay, let's go back. And let's go to the January 10th one. We can see here suggested solution. And we've got different responses here. The error message says it failed to load. And this is what actual real developers do. And this is something that you're going to have to look forward to if you're going to be building and vibe coding. It's not all easy as much as people wish it could be. But this is the price we pay for having no coding required on our end. And we can see here, if we just click on it, let's see if there's another Stack Overflow. Now I see one from Stack Overflow here that says one answer, February 11th, 2025. So let's click on that one here. And we can see here that there is a solution, Tailwind CSS and Vite without post CSS. And so what I'm literally going to do here is just copy this entire solution, and I'm just going to feed it into my AI. When I say discuss problem, I'm just going to paste that in, and we're going to say implement this plan. So great, it's going to implement the plan for me. So it's going to help me update the CSS configuration, create an artifact that implements all the necessary changes here, and it's going to go ahead and reinstall the dependencies, update the configurations, and run it all over again. And as you can see here, this is the process of vibe coding. It's literally just a process of being a developer, but using an AI tool is effectively a crutch to make up for the lack of development experience you have. We're building things by prompting an AI to do the coding for us based on what we want. But if we encounter situations where there are specific bugs that need to be worked through, well, it's still the case that as somebody who's building something, whether it is a mobile application or a desktop application, you are going to have to debug it. And with vibe coding, that is something that you're going to run into more often than not. I wish that all of these AI applications built things perfectly without bugs in the first try, but if that were the case, then every program in the world would be out of a job, because that would effectively mean that you could build any application without any bugs. It's simply not the case. But with tools like Bolt.new or V0 or any of the other vibe coding tools out there, whether they are online like those or using Cursor for the desktop, they pretty much rely upon the fact that you're using the AI to do the coding for you to make up for your lack of development. But you can build some pretty wicked things with it. Whether it is a simple grocery list application or a full-scale mobile app, you can do all these things. And in fact, with Bolt specifically, they've just implemented a feature where you can actually have Stripe payment support, where you can actually go from an idea to building your entire SaaS inside of Bolt, no coding necessary. So if you build something in Bolt, you can automatically integrate Stripe directly into it so people can pay you for what you've built. Now, granted, if you do have development experience, you still have the ability with many of these AI applications to go in and code yourself, whether just by going into the specific files like grocery form and just going in and typing it all yourself, like literally just being like const new groceries, set new groceries equal use state item. and doing all of those things. You could do that all yourself, and you have the ability to customize it as much as you want to. But the main purpose of vibe coding is the fact that you don't have to do any of the coding. It takes care of everything for you. Simply by prompting the application, you can get started building any sort of application you want. Now, if we go back to the main screen here, you can see that in all the different versions here, we can either create a doc site with VPress, scaffold UI with ShadCN, draft a presentation with SlideDev. We can build a mobile app with Expo, start a blog with Astro. If I literally hit the button that says start a blog with Astro, we can see here that it's going to import the project and get started creating that for us automatically. Now, I don't have any experience with using Astro, but as we can see here, in just a couple seconds, I now have a full blog created for me. We can edit this page as it says, edit the site header, or I can say, make this blog about zoo animals. All I have to say is make this blog about zoo animals, and it's going to go ahead and write all the content for us, write all the code for us, automatically make it so that it all works together, stitch it up so it works, whether you're building a grocery app or a blog or anything. Vibe coding is just simply the process of laying back and just letting it work for you. As we can see here, I typically would have to go ahead and do all of this myself, but I don't have to because AI tools are now bridging the gap. And honestly, that's one of the coolest things about vibe coding is that it enables people who are beginner or intro developers to actually learn. They can see exactly what was updated in real time and learn the process of what it was actually done. And there we go. We've got welcome to the zoo. Welcome to our zoo animals blog. Fascinating stories about the incredible creatures that call our zoo home. We've got home blog about, and I'm just going to say make a page that says animals. And on that page, list all of the African animals in the zoo. And so I'm just literally going to say, make a page that says animals, and on that page, put as many African animals as you want. And look at that. All of the code is done automatically for us. And it's going to also, in addition to doing that, it's going to actually write the copy. So not only did it actually go and write the code for us, it actually wrote the copy. Welcome to the zoo. And if I wanted to go and make adjustments here, I'd have to, of course, wait until it was done actually making the edits that I just requested. But it'd be very simple for me to find the page where it says welcome to the zoo and just go rename it to Josh's Zoo Blog or Dig Yet Zoo Blog or whatever you want to call it. It codes the front end, and if you even want to, with specific vibe coding tools, you can actually connect to the back end. Look at that. We've got a page here that says animals. We click on it. African animals in our zoo. African lion, African elephant, cheetah, giraffe, hippopotamus, black rhino. Look at all these animals that are in the zoo. Super cool. And it only took me a couple of seconds to get started here. And that's pretty much it. This was your introduction to vibe coding. Now, hopefully you know how easy it is to get started. A few tips and tricks along the way about how to debug specific things, actually getting through the process of figuring it out like a developer, whether you're using Google or the actual AI tool itself to debug it for you. But ideally, you can actually go out there and start building some pretty amazing things. Try out all of the vibe coding tools, figure out which one is your favorite, and build something awesome. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name is Josh Mountain, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.